Welcome back, Mariners TV with the gaffer, Chris. Hey Chris, how you going?
Good mate, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Thanks for joining us.
No worries.
It's a little bit warmer in here tonight, so it's been bloody freezing out there. Chris has had the boys working very well after a win. Congratulations on that win.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was such an exciting thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did it feel?
Awesome. I think the amount of work that's gone in, not just the guys on the pitch who are all pretty much all under 20s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hard work gone in, amongst the coach and staff, yourself included, Bully.
Yep.
Just to get that little bit of luck to go with how well we've played as a team.
Yep.
It was fantastic. The Bulls Club was bouncing on Saturday.
It was mad, yeah. For anybody that hasn't actually been to one of our home games, it's the Bowls Club across the roads. 1980s prices, but it was really good. Yeah, fair play. A lot of hard work went in.
Yeah.
Good work. So we've got some searching questions for the gaffer tonight, because he hasn't got enough to do. Chris, tell us about the Chris Sanderson story and where it all started in football for you, mate.
Yeah, I've had a ball at my feet as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
From a kid, I think probably my first memory really was we moved house when I was about 4, and there's a place called Tommy's Field in the hometown I'm from in England,
which is
in Morpeth.
Morpeth, yeah.
Northeast Northumberland.
Yep.
And it's like it's an allotment basically. So it's all like allotment. There's a big path down the middle.
Yep.
And with the day we were moving, I remember I walked to the new house with my grandma because it was only 5 minutes around the corner.
Aye.
Went across Tommy's Field. And I remember kicking a ball at that age, a 4-year-old, going across Tommy's Field, and really it's ever since then I've been involved with football. My dad was a decent player. He had trials at Newcastle, West Brom. I know you don't like that. And one other team, I can't remember who it was now. So he was a good player, and I've just always been around football, all my life.
Football's life.
Yeah.
Cool, nice one. What attracted you to Mount Martha? I know your story. You got it from the UK. You were driving around, but what made you come to Mount Martha?
So I obviously. Back in the UK, I coached. Well, I played up until I was mid-30s, and then Ethan wanted to start playing, so I started coaching then. And the last year I was in England before coming out, I stopped coaching because I wasn't sure when I was actually going to be leaving, so I didn't want to drop the team in halfway through the season. So I didn't coach that last year. As it turned out, I could have actually coached for that year, but I didn't, and I missed it so much. As soon as I got here, I wanted to get involved again. So coming down here, there was a guy who was the former president here, Gary Cheshire. He's from Blythe, which is about 20 minutes from where I lived in the UK. Didn't know him from the UK, but he sort of said, come and have a look around, this is what we're trying to do. And obviously it was their second year of running at that point. And I got to know the technical director, Nathan Peel, who's across the road at Mornington. And I was just really impressed with what they were trying to achieve. So they had a 5-year plan where they were going to get grounds, which we've got at Civic here now.
We do,
and they wanted to have, in that 5 years, they wanted to have a senior side made up of the oldest kids who were coming through the age group. So at the time there was an under 14s and under 15s side, so they were the oldest group we had. So really we had a bit of time on our side to try and get it set up. But it was that aim for obviously having Ethan coming across from the UK. It was that goal of having a good set of kids of that older age group coming and making the senior side, which is what we've done.
So the 5-year plan turned out.
Basically, and it's pretty. From my point of view, I think I'm quite honoured to be part of that. It's like you say, it's been a lot of big effort. I've done the hard yards on the committee as well, being the technical director myself. For a couple of years, and I've just been around the place generally for the last 5 years.
Absolutely. We haven't got another 5-year plan yet, do we?
We don't.
We will soon.
We will. Funny enough, I've just been speaking to the president tonight. So he's coaching as well. So he's similar to a lot of others who want to drive the club forward. They've got other roles during the season. So it's a case of let's make sure the kids enjoy it first and foremost, which is what we've managed to do this season as well.
That's the most important thing.
And then once the season closes in September, it's then going to be all hands to the pump to see how do we take us to the next level. Basically.
There's a few of us who are probably going to really step up and really drive this place forward. So to get to where we need to be in the next 5 years, which I was talking before earlier, and we all, by like 2023, want a senior ladies side.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So if you're watching this, check in. This place is going to be bumping soon. So good on you, Chris. Okay, do you have a sporting hero? And if so, who is it?
Yeah, I do. And more probably, obviously, you see those players that you like as a kid growing up with football. Brian Robson was a big big one of mine when I was a kid.
Was that because he was from your neck of the woods?
No, it was more. I just liked his style. He was very competitive. He was, he drove that Man United side. Man United were a poor side in the 80s, and he pretty much dragged them through. A little bit like Steven Gerrard did to Liverpool when he first sort of started coming through. So I like that sort of competitive sort of midfield type player. But really, for me, probably my sporting hero is probably Sir Bobby Robson. I think. Like just gentleman of the game. Obviously coming from the northeast as well. He came up. Grew up from a pit village, very similar to a lot of people I know from the northeast. And it's, I think for what he achieved in football and how well respected he is across the world.
Yes,
I think he's probably the guy I look up to the most. I think.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Do you have any hobbies outside of football?
No, don't have time. I'm here all the time.
He's a member of a few whiskey clubs, I say, but you probably wouldn't have time for that. So we obviously know you're a massive Toon fan.
Yep.
That's obvious why, because you're from that neck of the woods. Do you have a particular game that you ever went to that stands out, or a thing that the Newcastle United team have done that is like stands out more, or was there a player?
I think Newcastle, it's been a sort of very much supporting a team of mediocrity for most of my life. I think that sort of just comes with the territory of being a Newcastle fan.
Yes, yeah.
We obviously had a bit of flirtation in those higher echelons of the Premier League and Champions League when we had Kevin Keegan first of all came back in. That was a brilliant time to be a fan.
Yes.
Early 90s, and then obviously Sir Bobby when he sort of took over after we'd gone had a big dip again.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're back in that big dip again now, so there's not really much to celebrate now. But there's probably two games that stand out to me. I think the Man United 5-0 when we were pushing for the Premier League title. Man United turned up at St James Park, then we stuffed them 5-0. Philippe Albert scored that fabulous chip right at the end over the top of Schmeichel.
Yeah.
But really, from my point of view, probably, and again, it ended in disappointment because we got beat the semi-final in Cardiff against Man United again, where we got turned over 4-1 comfortably. We were absolutely shocking. But the fans that day were unbelievable. We were speaking to Man United fans in the bars after the game, and they couldn't believe that we were supporting the team that got beat. They thought, they said if you'd been a neutral and you'd heard the Newcastle fans singing, you'd have thought they were winning 4-1, not the other way. So that was probably although it was a defeat and it was a horrible end result, the atmosphere around Cardiff was unbelievable as a Newcastle fan.
I think it's like coming from a part of the UK where you support your team from the city where you're from. Win, lose, draw, like we've said, it's a roller coaster. It's just a nightmare. It's passion, it's ecstasy, it's bloody awful. But regardless of whether there's 20,000 or 30,000 or 100,000, 20,000 can sound like 100,000. That's I think one thing that a lot of people here in Australia that don't really follow too much about soccer don't understand. It certainly is a unique sport, isn't it?
It certainly is.
All right, okay. Well, we're going to wrap this up. The gaffer's got a lot on his plate with those boys outside. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On the win, mate.
Yeah,
it was lovely to be a part of it. Chris Anderson, the gaffer.
Cheers,
MarinersTV. Take care, guys.
See ya.